Hello everybody, good morning and welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your latest football transfer news this Wednesday morning, and it's all about transfer delays today because what we've effectively got is Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal playing the long game, having played the quick game. Also, what is happening around people like Eze, Garnacho, Šeško, Guehi, obviously Isak and a couple of others. We'll talk about that this morning as well. Also, a lot going on with goalkeepers this morning with Newcastle bringing in Ramsdale on loan. But before we get into all that, don't forget we are sponsored by Manscaped on the show today. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code FOOTY. What is Manscaped? Well, it's precision engineering for your family jewels. I've just got the brand new lawnmower. What a package this is, and it will sort your package out perfectly. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. That's what the lawnmower does down there. Delivered to your door with free worldwide shipping and 20% off with that code FOOTY. But it's not just about this. You can always get you can also get the beard trimmer, 20 different lengths for that. I've used that, as you can see. I like a little bit of stubble. You got the weed whacker for up the nose, the handyman for a tidy up. They've got loads of stuff trusted by millions of men worldwide. Check out Manscaped today and get them delivered to your door with a discount and free worldwide delivery and a 20% discount with the code FOOTY. Well, we may as well start off with Liverpool. They're the biggest team in the league at the moment, and they have made the most. Well, Chelsea are catching them up, to be fair. We'll talk about them very, very quickly in a moment. But effectively, with Liverpool, they are still linked in, as we said yesterday, with what happens with Benjamin Šeško. Isak is not on tour. He wants to go to Liverpool. Liverpool are on tour. And I think the tour is actually probably what is holding up a number of deals at the moment. If you look at Arsenal and their pursuit of Eze, they are on tour, Palace are on tour, and it's sort of like we're not in a rush. With Liverpool, Isak is a player that they are probably going to get now, which they've wanted all summer, and they've had that encouragement, but now they're into the final stages and they've got to be very careful. This would be the signing of the summer. They have to be a level of patience with regards to what they want to do, and also they've got to wait and see how quickly Newcastle can bring in a replacement, because no matter how much money Newcastle get, they need a replacement. With Benjamin Šeško, we've been covering this a lot on the United Stand. Man United are there or thereabouts. Newcastle are waiting for a decision. They will pay the price to Leipzig. They will pay the wages to Šeško, but they are waiting to see what he wants to do. Fabrizio Romano's update is that could be days and not hours. So I think that is a direct correlation with what Liverpool want to do with Isak. I mean, Liverpool fans, are you impatient about that? Isak is going to be your biggest signing of the summer. Do you need him for that first game against Bournemouth, which is 2 weeks on Friday? Is he getting a pre-season? No, he's not. So I frustrate about this at Manchester United. I don't know what your thoughts are. And Burmo's not been able to play the first two pre-season games because he didn't get a pre-season at Brentford while we were doing the negotiations. So he's not up to speed with the rest of the team. If that happens with Isak and Liverpool, he's not ready for the start of the season. You have got a lot of players, but you have also got Arsenal game 3. You've got Newcastle game 2. Maybe he's not playing Newcastle game 2 no matter what. So maybe the delay on Isak doesn't bother you that much. Remember, your second game is Newcastle away. That's about 3 weeks away, so maybe he's never going to be part of that. Maybe that's what's going to go. I think he will be an Arsenal player, a Liverpool player, but maybe his first game will be Arsenal at the end of August. So maybe that's what it's all about. Also with Liverpool, Guehi is a player that they've been looking at. I don't know what Liverpool are going to do with centre-backs, because the latest on Guehi is actually he's only got a year left on his contract. Crystal Palace may want a good price. Liverpool are quite relaxed about this, and again are going to push it into August because they're relaxed. They're going to be saying to Palace, we want him, but not at the price you want to pay. He's not going to sign a new contract. If you want to keep him for a year and he runs his contract down, then we will wait, but we are not going to pay. So I think this is another deal that starts pushing itself into August in the hope that it makes Palace do a more reasonable price for Guehi. So that's where Liverpool are this morning. There's probably going to be delays around Isak and Guehi, but they probably will get the players they want at the price they want later in the window, and there's reasons for that. Arsenal also in that situation as well. Eze, Arsenal have had a very, very good transfer window. They've got a very difficult start to the Premier League. Do they need Eze for the start? Probably not. Are they looking at it and going, can we do a deal with Palace again, like Guehi, later in the window? That's something to bear in mind, isn't it? Because are Palace going to be comfortable losing Eze and Guehi late in August? They haven't done any transfer activity themselves of note. They had a really good season last year. That's two of their better players. where are the replacements coming in? So maybe keep an eye on that, because I think Arsenal would like Eze, but they don't want to pay the price, which is about £65 million. So there's a few clubs just hanging around late in the window looking to see if the selling club is going to do a more reasonable price. It might not pan out like that, but certainly at the moment, I think we can look at the pre-season tours and where people are and say, well, that's why there is a little bit of delay going on there. Chelsea, we mentioned. Fabrizio Romano, again, updating on them, basically saying that Chelsea are focused. Well, they've just brought Hatto in, haven't they? I mean, you tell me, Chelsea fans, you do more business than bloody Tesco. It's unbelievable. I mean, so many players bought in, and I think you're starting to catch up with Liverpool now in relation to volume of quality. Hatto is a good young defender coming in for significant funds. He'll be at the club soon. Now then it's Xavi Simons, and apparently then it will be Garnacho from Manchester United, which is a separate deal to Xavi Simons. So you could be looking at Chelsea signing Estevao from Palmeiras, Gittins from Dortmund. I'm going to lose track straight away here. Xavi Simons would come in as well. I feel like they've bought another winger that my tiredness won't tell me about. Garnacho, obviously, as well. Oh, João Pedro's come in. They've already got Neto. I feel like they've got another winger that I haven't even thought about. But, yeah, look, Chelsea are doing volume. They're doing players under 23, and that's what they do. And apparently they'll move for Garnacho later in the window, which I think, again, is very similar to Eze and Guehi, isn't it? You wait till the back end of the window just because Man United might offer up a more reasonable price. Look, from my point of view, if you're Guehi and Eze, I'm sure you're training with Crystal Palace. If you stay at Crystal Palace, you'll be professional. Thing about Garnacho is he hasn't trained with Man United since the end of the season. He's not training with Man United at the moment, and he's just waiting for a deal. I mean, it's just got the ingredients of an arsehole, if I'm being completely honest, because he won't, he's not had a pre-season at all. So, apparently he wants to go to the World Cup with Argentina, and he's waiting for Chelsea, who have got way more wingers than clubs that want him. And I don't know whether he gets in a Chelsea side either. I mean, just seems like you can't knock Chelsea because everything they do tends to work out well, but it is a bit of a strange one, I suppose. But yeah, apparently that's where Chelsea are looking as well with regards to Garnacho. I also wrote down something else here. What did I write? I think that we've had the extremity of the speed of Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City in this transfer window. And of course, Man City have just brought James Trafford in. I always forget when Man City do business because no one really seems to take any interest in it. And he's been given the number 1 shirt as well. So, I mean, that's an interest. It's another young for the future signing by Man City, isn't it? I mean, we know what that's all about. Are they stockpiling? Are they rebuilding? Well, I think they're rebuilding under Pep at the moment until we hear anything about anything else, whether that be court cases or whatever. It's an interesting young signing for Manchester City as well, sort of fusing what maybe Chelsea are doing. So, yeah, I think it's. I think clubs are still looking to do business, especially the clubs that have done a lot of business like Liverpool and Chelsea and Arsenal to a certain extent. But I think we're approaching August now and teams are sort of like going, okay, we've got what we want. There are still things that we would like, but we are not just going to chuck money at it. We're now into the last few weeks of the window and let's see if we can drive prices down. And I think Arsenal are probably very happy with where they are. Liverpool and Isak's a little bit different, but they still do need a centre-back. And Chelsea obviously are still making moves themselves and looking to sell players. I mean, let's not forget, there's a lot of these clubs that will be still looking to sell players. Maybe Arsenal with Trossard and Martinelli. Liverpool certainly Harvey Elliott, Darwin Núñez. And, Chelsea obviously have got a few themselves as well, even people like Raheem Sterling. So, look, even Dortmund this morning have been linked with Trossard. So there are still going to be some outgoings, which then could lead to some incomings as well. Significantly, I was quite interested by PSG being interested in Bournemouth defender Zabania, if that's how you pronounce it. Another player for Bournemouth to lose. And I'm looking at a lot of teams like Bournemouth and Brentford and Fulham who've done no business as well. Brighton, all these teams that last season did quite well and they've sort of stood still. Can you tell us why, if you're a fan of those football clubs or not? Why are they standing still this summer transfer window? There doesn't seem to be a lot of activity from those clubs. Anyway, get your comments in below. Make sure you smash a like on the video and please do subscribe. We're on the road to 400k. Don't forget Manscaped. As I said, it's 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Give that a go. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. I'll speak to you on the next one.